I want every street, every house, every boat searched for the culprit. Question every one. We must find out what happened here. With a wound this grave, Rickard can't have gone far. I want him found. And if he went not of his own free will, someone will have seen something. Find that person. Sturla, King Ottar's steward, scribe, and skald, stood in the center of the floor near a broken loom, giving instructions and emphasizing every point with a stabbing finger. At the sight of Godfrid entering the warehouse, however, he arrested his arm in mid-stab, and held the position long enough for everyone present to understand that he was surprised and disappointed at Godfrid's arrival. Godfrid wasn't exactly happy to see Sturla either, but he was even more displeased by the condition of the warehouse. Trading items had been pulled from their shelves and scattered across the floor. Almost worse, 2 of the 3 looms, at which the weaver women should have been working, were upended, the racks, battens, and treadles broken into pieces. It was very much what he imagined a village would have looked like after his ancestors had sacked it. Godfrid had included Rickard in the dangerous game he was playing against King Ottar, and now Rickard had been murdered and his possessions destroyed. Godfrid couldn't help but think this was all his fault. "My lord, what brings you here?" Sturla's lips twisted, as if it irked him to have to use the honorific, and he very belatedly sketched a bow. His gray curly hair stuck up all over his head, adding height to his already lanky body, which appeared thinner than usual this morning. Sturla's face also had a pallor that implied he was unwell. In reply, Godfrid chose to call Sturla by his first name, rather than use his title. "Hello, Sturla. King Ottar sent me." It was a petty battle to fight, and Godfrid immediately modified his expression to something more accommodating. He could throw Ottar's name around when it suited him to do so, and he knew better than to reveal in word or deed how much he despised the king. He'd been hiding his animosity for 5 long years. For so long, in fact, that his polite exterior had become something of a second nature to him. In this instance, though, his words were actually the truth. He'd been woken by a messenger from the king, telling him of a pool of blood and a missing merchant, and giving him the commission to assist in the investigation. It might even be that his obsequiousness was finally paying off, and Ottar was beginning to trust him. "Of course, I give way to the king's greater wisdom." Sturla nodded sharply, and then turned to the man next to him. "I'm sure you and Holm can sort out an appropriate division of labor." Holm was the newly appointed sheriff of Dublin, and at 25, far too young for his exalted position. "Of course, my lord." He bowed, but his eyes were on Godfrid, and they weren't happy. What did he hope for from you? Why exactly did he send you? That was the question of the hour, and Godfrid couldn't blame Holm for asking it.